Hello, this is an evaluation of my printmaking unit. So I started off the unit by looking at my client, which is the Printmaking Council, took some screenshots of their website, did a bit of research on what they do. My first process was monoprinting. I used block printing ink and photos as my reference, but I didn't really enjoy working with the block printing ink. It was quite messy, quite sticky, and these didn't really come out as desired. I tried again with acrylic, the same technique, and it came out a little bit better. Dry point etching, I really enjoyed the intricacy that you could get with this technique. You get some really fine lines and experimenting with different backgrounds. Comparing my work to other artists. Here we have polyboard printing. These came out quite well, and I cut my board up into different ways, exploring different colours, kind of layering on top. I think these came out quite well, and I quite enjoyed the process. Kind of artist research. Printing with found materials, this was quite fun as well. Just kind of exploring a range of different things here. Plastic bag was worked quite well. I achieved some nice detail with that piece here. Just some kind of different materials, creating some really lovely textures. I used acrylic paint to print with these as it dried really quickly and was quite easy to use rather than the block printing ink. Some didn't come out so well, but I tried to layer on top of them as well, to see what would happen. More artist research. Lino printing, these came out really well. Kind of using 3 layers, 3 different colours. Each one is slightly different out of the 10 prints that I created. Printing on different coloured paper, and I really enjoyed these. I think the colours came out really well, and the actual design was quite clear. Screen printing, this is a very fun process. I enjoyed kind of mixing up the printing medium with the acrylic paint, using dry mediums for this piece, so pencil and watercolour. These were some more screen prints, actually using the medium, so black acrylic paint and the printing medium that I mixed up, printing onto different surfaces. Stencils to screen print, that's what I used to create these, so those came out really well. Found objects on the screen, the feathers worked really nicely and the tape kind of breaks it up a little bit. I found focusing back on my object of choice, which was torn paper, crumpled up pieces of paper, exploring that as an object, so I took multiple photos, close-ups, and explored it as an object. Just some research on Pinterest into different printmaking techniques. Collagraph plan, which I then created here. These were really nicely textured. I used a plastic bag to get those textures. They work really well. Some further screen printing. This was the stencil that I made. Took it into Photoshop and it was exposed onto a screen. Photosensitive screen printing was the process, and this was what I made in Photoshop. So then screen print onto a t-shirt, which came out a lot better on the t-shirt itself. Different materials. Unfortunately, the text didn't kind of transfer very well to the print. I'm not really sure why, but it worked on the t-shirt. Primary research that I took from the Tate Modern, looking at printing techniques that I found there. Independent gallery research that I found on Instagram. Timeline. Just some drawings for my final piece, some developmental work, experimental drawing, which I really enjoyed doing, different materials as well. Looking back at my found object. Then I took some of these into Photoshop to then be exposed onto a screen. Different ranges of prints. Some of these came out better than others, but They worked really well. Printing onto different kind of backgrounds for my final piece as well. The inkies worked probably the most, which I would then use for my final piece. I really like the vibrant colour against the black ink used. A nice collage here, but some of them kind of got lost in the newspaper. So yeah, thank you for watching my printmaking unit evaluation.